Happy Monday, everybody. My Bluetooth mouse has decided to be a little biatch, so we're gonna give it a few minutes to charge, and then we'll see if it starts working again.
Okay. Your mouse is cooperating with you.
Well, it might be out of power, so, or its battery might be. The only issue that go ahead, talk.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah. The only downside that comes out of that is like I can't adjust audio or anything like that.
Well, I couldn't hear him because we were talking. Well, hopefully I could just, well, I guess I couldn't hear it.
Talk again.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. So happy Tuesday, jeez. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Labor Day. I have a feeling we probably won't have too many people tonight just because people are out celebrating the Labor Day holiday. But,
And probably having a barbecue and all that jazz.
yeah, we didn't have the time for that. We actually had kind of a full-on day, so we weren't able to do that, but that's cool.
But that doesn't mean you guys will come and see it later.
So at that point, yeah, we've had a busy day with a variety of things. I actually had to go in super early. I'm probably going to crash pretty soon because I had to go in. I was actually able to get some extra teaching from one of the better instructors over at the training that I'm doing. And so I wanted to take the opportunity because he was going to work on Labor Day. So I wanted to make sure to get in on his docket. And that was great, but that meant I had to get up at 6. And I'm not an early riser by any stretch of the imagination. Andrea can attest to this. But getting me up earlier in the morning is like pulling teeth. I don't want to do it. I'm at least content right now, like in our current schedule when we're waking up at like 8. But originally, like my ideal time to wake up is like 9 or 10.
How would you like to wake up at 5?
I wouldn't. I already did it. It sucked. No thanks. How would you like to wake up at 3?
I'm pretty much already done that because sometimes I wake up at 2 or 3 and then I can barely
I know,
go back.
but the reason you bring that up is like, you know, you got it so bad. Wait until you have to wake up at 5. Wait, have you had to wake up at 1?
Yep.
To start up a driving trip? I've done it. It's not fun.
That's why you end up going to bed like at early.
Yeah.
In
Yep.
order to make up for that.
One thing I can definitely say when doing inventory for that job, it wrecked. If I had anything resembling a stable sleep schedule around that time, it would have destroyed it. Absolutely destroyed it. Because there's just no way you can have a stable schedule when most of your jobs are like in the early morning, or in the graveyard hours. And if let's just say for the sake of argument, they're not in the graveyard hours, you're getting up in the graveyard hours to travel to that place because they want you there bright and early. They want you there at like 7.
At the crack of dawn.
Pretty much, yeah. That's how one of my friends got a sustained trauma from I don't know if it's around the country or not. But there's a little grocery store here called Reams, and now that traumatized one of my best friends. He will like as soon as he found out that kind of like Reams went under, he actually was dancing a jig when he found out because he had like major post-traumatic stress from that. Overcounting pop. I think I've told this story. Yeah, where he had to go count the pop aisle, and the pop aisle is like the easiest thing in the world. The problem was is that he had the manager breathing down his neck, but he doesn't see it that way. He sees it as that whole aisle was the devil, because not because of the circumstances around it, but because he was there and he didn't want to be there. So, I even have this discussion with him.
Just at the job itself, or just the pop aisle in general?
It was that job. Because, like, usually, if you had the right manager, then that wouldn't have been a problem, because that manager would have taken the other manager and gotten him off your back. Oh, yeah. But unfortunately, this was like one of the first times that that particular manager had done the job, and she was on her own, and she didn't know that she had to do that too. And she had to learn that the hard way, because I know after that job, like, she got yelled at. And it's okay, because she learned from it. And this is the same one that I made sure that never found out about you.
Oh,
or
really?
any information about you. Yeah, it's that one.
Oh.
It was her first job. It was a Reams, which was like the worst thing to do, because those are like one of the worst accounts to do. And they decided to give her a baptism of fire, so to speak. But anyway, really quick, I'm not gonna go over that, but I am gonna go over this really quick. There is a possibility, Andrea, that we will finish this tonight. I'm hoping that we will. We're gonna push like we are, and then at that point, Andrea, you and I are gonna have a choice, because we're gonna make our final assessment of Shin Megami Tensei Persona, and see if we want to continue on in the series, but also more importantly, as we've said in previous streams, if people are brand spanking new, hello, future people. I don't know why I said future people. You're all present people. We also have this choice to make, because there's a second playthrough in this game. There's a bunch of content that was left out of this particular game when it came out to PlayStation, and this PSP remake put that back in. And a lot of people like it. In fact, they like it better than the initial playthrough of this game. So at that point, we have two choices to make. One, whether or not we'll continue in the Persona series, and also whether or not we will continue on and do this other storyline in this game. So there's a lot to consider there, but we are going to be pushing really hard. I have grinded my butt off to get our Ultimate Personas up and maxed. Unfortunately, the one thing I wasn't able to do was Mark and Brown are a little low level, but I'm guessing that because Nanjo, Maki, and Drak kicked so much ass, that probably won't be a problem. So they'll be able to hold us all together and be able to get us through this last push through the storyline of the first Persona game. So that being said, oh hi. And of course, the first thing that happens, child aggro. It's right there. I'm sorry. What are you saying? Well, I gotta go grab the mask anyway, so. So yeah, that's the premise here, guys. We are going to try and beat this game tonight. I don't know how successful we will be. I'm guessing we will find out. But oh, come on. Yep, it died again. I can't even tell where the freaking pointer is. Alright, I'm gonna have to do this manually, guys. I'm sorry. There we go, and pardon our dust for a second. Sorry, I had to go put the mouse on the charger. I should probably be doing that regularly, but it kind of skipped my mind. And unfortunately, because of that, I hope the game's music is not too loud or anything like that, because I can't really do anything about it right now. So you guys will have to tell me. But just to kind of show what has been done. So these are all the ones that are lined up are the ultimate personas. They have all been maxed. And thankfully, we're looking at, so level 66 for Drak, we're looking at 65 for Maki, 65 for Nanjo. Mark is at 62, and so is Brown. And unfortunately, just given the numbers that are being done in experience right now, it would have taken forever to get that done. Just one. So people can call us lazy. I really don't care. And this will actually kind of work out because I need to figure out where the hell we are even going. Because I can't remember off the top of my head where the final dungeon is. I guess I'll find out live with you guys. I mean, I know what it's called, but I can't remember because it's been a while since we did that last cutscene. I don't remember where they said it was. Let's see, storming the castle, lost in the forest. Okay, that's the last thing we did. So let's see. Okay. Selections before heading to the school oh yeah, that's right. We have to go to the school library to access the final world. And unfortunately, my children are giving their mother a run for her money again. This happens a lot. Like, as soon as we start up a stream, that's when Andrea gets all the aggro. Because that's when everybody wants to have her attention. They're perfectly fine every other point of the day, except now. Okay, so we are going to St. Hermelin High School. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry, but kind of not sorry. It's time to finally confront all the evil and also resolve whatever conflicts that poor Maki is dealing with. If I remember correctly, the library was on the top or on the second floor, maybe the third floor. Okay, it seems to be locked. It might be on the third floor. There we go. It seems to be locked. It seems to be locked.
It's locked.
It seems to be locked. And here we go. All right, and it starts up right on time, Andrea. So Chisato and Yosuke.
Chisato, Yosuke, I'm glad to see you, both safe and sound. Maki, oh good, you're safe too.
And I finally cured all my pimples. Hey, Yosuke, what happened here? There's no one around but you guys. Well, I'm not sure. It was like this when we got back. The east side of town's vanished too. I love I'm pretty sure some people are gonna get so mad at me because I haven't maintained a consistent voice for this guy, but he doesn't show up that much. I want to know what's going on just as much as you do. This must be the work of Pandora.
Pandora?
You mean that one chick in God of War?
I'm sorry, both of you. I'm at fault for all of this. It's the real reason behind everything.
Okay.
Dot.
So that's it.
I promise I'll return everyone to their original world. I know there's no forgiving me for what I did, but I'm really, really sorry. If you want to hit me, Chisato, I'll understand. Go right ahead.
Okay, make a hitting sound. No, okay.
You're such an idiot, Maki. You're just as thick as you've always been.
Wow, that was a little rough. Hey, Chisato, come on.
me who needs to apologize.
Remember, I'm the one who grew all the zits because of my jealousy.
You called me to this world because you thought of me as your best friend, right? And I betrayed you. You've got it backwards, Maki. It's me who needs your forgiveness.
Oh, shut up and kiss already.
Chisada. Thanks.
I'm just gonna find every way to bring that line in, because when it gets way too mushy, it's either that or I start talking about how my veins are filled up with Velveeta right now.
Now go on. We'll wait here so we don't get in your way. Once things settle down, let's all go to the amusement park together.
Because that's a thing you do as a high school student in Japan.
Sound good? Yeah.
An amusement park, huh? Might be fun to act like a kid again for a day. So let's hurry up and get this done. Maki, please open the door for us.
Will do.
All right, and now that we have all of the compacts, should I just say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Eruser Saimon.
Open sesame.
It literally is, and this still bugs me to this day just how dumb it is. It is mommy's. I thought it was like this ancient god or whatever. It's mommy's treasure backwards. Oh, sorry. He's Butthead. Okay. All right. Time to do the thing, and then we can score. All right. So we have all this ready to go. I think I've got as much equipment as I'm going to be able to have. So here we go into the Avidya world, full of the Avidya games. And unfortunately, I do not have the persona that gives me the Estoma spell, because I needed the extra space. So I have items called dried salt, I think is what they're called, that are basically repels, but they're few and far between, so we'll have to hope that they work. Okay, so we're gonna save here now that we're in the Avidya world of Vidya games. I know I'm saying that wrong, guys. Don't at me on it. I don't care. Oh, also, I should point out, unfortunately, we are not streaming to Twitter tonight, because I actually went and looked at some of the analytics from the last week. Twitter takes up a lot of our bandwidth and makes it actually really difficult to maintain the stream at proper levels. So we're taking Twitter offline, because I know that some people were watching, but unfortunately we couldn't maintain it, and it became a real problem. So if you're mad at me, sorry. I'm mad at her because she just charged me $80 for healing. Hopefully you can get over it just like I will. And we'll just go with the 3, and then I'll see what's going on with Twitter and see if we can fix it. But I make no promises. Oh, Blue Room. If I actually, okay, let me take a look at this. Can I bring back the Estoma persona? Oh, no, I don't want to delete it. You know, I probably could. Let me bring back, I think it was Aryan Rod that had it. No. Who was it that had it? Almbar. No, he had Traisto. Cuckoo Lane? Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, there. So let's change out Odin for Cuckoo Lane, and that way we can just get the Ostoma spell, just in case these are insanely long. And actually, somebody did ask an interesting question of Andrea, because you played Pokemon and how simplified an RPG those are. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about this game that basically takes that to the 10th degree of difficulty, adds in super grinding, like super amounts of grinding, and I mean, you still have the personas, which is kind of like Pokemon, but how do you feel about, you know, after playing something like Pokemon, playing something as difficult as the first persona?
Um,
There we go.
I'm probably probably wouldn't enjoy it as much compared to Pokemon.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit? Like, is there anything in particular that you would just say F that, or is it just all around?
It probably would just seem like it's just too complex and time consuming for mine,
Okay.
I feel like it wouldn't get anywhere.
So here's the other thing that actually really irritates me. They don't really have too many, like, ethers. So, like, if you got access to this, like, right after you had just barely played, like, Blue and Red, probably wouldn't be a Persona at that point, is what you're saying.
I don't know, it just seems like this is more difficult though.
It is. Well, it's difficult in the concept that they take all the things that like, hardcore RPG fans, JRPG fans like, and adds those into the mix. And here's the thing to keep in mind. For people who play Final Fantasy type games endlessly, this is enjoyable. This is not a bad experience. Like, I tended to not really have a problem with all of the... I'm just gonna go ahead and bring back in Odin because I now have a bunch of clean salt. So there you go. I don't tend to have a problem with that, but I will say that it's more tedious in this game than it is in other RPGs that I've played.
And probably figuring out how to get those cards from enemies.
Yeah, well, the main thing that kind of threw me off is the whole contacting option and having to talk to the enemies and be able to befriend them, because all the RPGs I've ever played, Andrea, and this is probably the same for you too, it's never been a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's never been anything that you experience. And in some cases, this kind of clouded my viewpoint of games like Undertale, because, yeah, it was interesting, but it also was kind of tedious. So it's one of those things where I want to compliment Undertale, because it at least gave me the option, if I wanted to play traditionally, I could, and there was an ending for it, whereas this game basically says, oh yeah, this essential mechanic that you have to maintain, you have to do this in order to be able to function, because people actually might have seen it in later episodes. Our basic personas started to fail. Like, they weren't great anymore. And so at that point, like, I had to go and make new personas. And I had to figure that out on the fly, and I had to figure out, like, what would be good and what wouldn't. Because all I knew at that point was there were ultimate personas, and that was about it. So, I don't know, like, my initial reaction is like, okay, well, they took a lot of the tedium of a JRPG and brought it in here. Probably a little too much. But is that necessarily a bad thing? Not really. Because at that point I would say to each their own. Like, for Andrea, that's not going to work. But for somebody like me who's played nothing but JRPGs all of his life, then it works. Okay, so we... Oh, Hiranya. Where's my salt? There it is, clean salt. Oh my gosh, this place is a maze. Already, I can tell you that. Welcome to the Avidya world of video games that is... And I'm trying to learn my lesson of, like, this isn't like Phantasy Star where you're going to find chests in corners of the map. Instead, you just got to do wandering around. Okay. Ah! It also turns insanely fast. I will say this, though. If I were to take this on again, I actually, because I found this when I was doing research on YouTube for this game, found out that there is a fan remake of the 2009 PSP Persona game, which brings it up to PC. And kind of takes a lot of the tedium aspect tries to mainstream a few things, but most importantly, it's on PC, which means I could play it on another platform as aside from the obscure PlayStation TV to be able to do it. Either that, or I would probably just legitimately play an emulated ROM of Shin Megami Tensei, which, I mean, that was something that was being considered if I could have pulled it off when we started, where I would have gotten a PlayStation emulator and we would have played the original Revelations Persona that this is based off of. It seems to be locked, so I can't go in there. So if I was going to do it again, I would probably play on that fan remake and see if they made the experience any better. There we are. I'm like trying to read the maze to make sure that I'm going the right directions. Okay, so where's this gonna go? Andrea, I'm trapped like a rat in a maze. Too many hallways. See too many hallways, Andrea.
They all look the same.
They kind of do, yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we have a stairway. Immediately. Save room! We passed another one, but I'm glad that we found this one. There we go. Okay, what's this? It seems to be locked.
Then why have a door?
This is the second time I've seen that. The demon spoke to you. Do not come near me. Don't tell me what to do. Did I not hear you? I absolutely heard you. And now, you want to know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make Mark stare at you. Oh my gosh, are you actually interested in that? You actually are interested in that. What the hell? Spell card, hit me. Why not? Mark's really awkward stalker stare won me a new persona in the final dungeon.
That's like your trump card.
And considering the way that we talked about... I saw what you did there. Trump card. Fist bump right there. Considering the jokes we've made about Mark in this playthrough, where we've basically said that Mark, you know, has some inappropriate relationships with things, that's even worse.
Oh. It seems like
I think we've made Mark out to be like a creepy stalker, haven't we?
Pretty much. It's like that's like always the thing that gets you everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, why?
Yeah, that actually is true. We've gotten a lot of spell cards through through Mark's awkward stare. All right, I forgot about that.
Because we're always like find it hilarious that every time it's like, oh, let's just try this, and oh my gosh.
But can you blame us? Come on, look at that face. Look at it. He's like, I'm gonna stalk you. Man, as soon as we found out how creepy Mark was, I should have changed him from Surfer Dude to Creepy Mr. Rogers.
Oh my gosh.
Hi there, neighbor. I hope you don't mind if I take my if I change my shoes. Okay, let's go over here. It's a good thing that I kind of have adjusted to the speed that this goes. Otherwise, I would be boned. Uh-oh. We're walking into the darkness, Andrea.
Darkness!
Darkness upon darkness awaits us, is what you're saying?
Pretty much.
I almost want to leave a comment on that tier list you found for Nico B.
Oh yeah.
And criticize him for his weird love of Xemnas. I'm sorry, but Semnis just sounds like somebody who hasn't taken a Prozac in 30 years. And all he wants to do is talk about the darkness. I'm certain that darkness gives him a super boner. Okay, well, we're going back into the darkness. Oh, goody. I love it when Drak goes into the darkness. Okay, that doesn't work. That didn't work. Okay. This is a really awkward maze. All right. Well, you suck too, obviously. Okay. This would be one of those moments where you just have to, like, memorize the map. And here's another wall. Except the problem is that... Ah! Oh, and I already got an encounter. Something tells me that most of my cleaning salt will be used in this area alone. Imaku. Don't do that to me. Imaku. 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 I'm sorry, what was that, Andrew? Imaku. Okay. Oh, that's so much more helpful. Okay. All right. Where are you supposed to go? Okay, well that was a waste of time. Hey, cool. I mean, I'll give credit to this sounds like a final dungeon kind of music. Does it sound like we're gonna come across darkness upon darkness? Not sure yet. I really wish I could bring this map up, like, in full display. Because all I'm doing is staring at this damn map. Okay. And I went this way, didn't I? I did. There's nothing here. And for the record, don't worry, I came prepared, Andrea. I got like 60 clean salts, so we should be good. And where's this go? Oh my gosh. Okay, we're out of the room of darkness upon darkness upon darkness. Please give me a save room after that. I don't want to do that again. This is just the second floor. I'm pretty sure this is going to be like Legend of Zelda, where there's like an 8th or a 9th floor. Okay, not like Legend of Zelda, but you got my point.
Your star thing's gone.
Thank you for letting me know. And now it's back. Wait, what? This takes me back down to the first floor. But yet I've never been here. Okay.
Maybe it's a different side?
Healing. Healing. You're gonna charge me 80 bucks, aren't you? Why are you more expensive than creepy pedo doctor? Yeah, it's 80 bucks. Why are you more expensive than creepy pedo doctor? The doctor with a butt for a face.
Because I can.
I'd rather deal with Dr. Butt for a face. He understands me. And save room. Thank good lord. Okay. And... okay, I'm at least gonna see what you have. Because I'm really hoping we can get, like, better ethers than what we have right now. No, we can't. So at this point, I'm gonna grab, like, 20 rattle drinks because we need those. And about 30 revival beads. And I already have way too much of that. Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Frogman. Is it okay if I call you Little Pepe? Okay, so blue room if I needed it. That's handy. Also not a good sign. Because we're getting another blue room this late on. Maybe there's not too much to this dungeon. Because I could totally see them going, oh yeah, by the way, you're going to need to load up on your good personas now. You know, the chance you never got during the Elite Four. Which people have told me in later generations they fixed because you can actually go and change your Pokemon and all that in between Elite Four bouts. Is that true?
To be honest, I don't know. I haven't...
I'll have to check with Alex.
Because I haven't played very many games on Pokemon for a while.
Does this mean you are not playing Scarlet and Violet?
I will eventually, I just haven't had the time to.
Okay, so I know that the stairs are there. Nope. Nope, this is where I'm going. And this one takes us to the basement. Oh, wait, what? We have damaged floors.
Ow!
You were supposed to help me with this, Andrea. Oh my gosh, those are those freaking behemoths? Okay. We're apparently going into the River of Souls. I mean, we did this already in the previous dungeon, but no! I have the star about on! And I still got an encounter, so they must be, like, super over my level or something, so I can't avoid them. Oh, and oh no, it's Sif. I can't kill Sif again, Andrea. I can't do it. It makes me feel bad. Okay, strike one. Strike 2. Don't make me kill you, Sith. I'll do it. Fine, I'm killing Sith. I offered this animal a chance for non-violence. It decided no. So here we go, boys and girls. Andrea, you can concur, right? I gave it every choice. I gave it every chance to avoid what is going to come its way.
Pretty much.
And now it must explode in bluebell flames. And in a love whip. There you go. Hope that was worth it. Ow. What's worse is it doesn't even look like it's doing that much damage to me. Well, wow, those are douchey-looking sphinxes, aren't they? Or douchey-looking centaurs, aren't they?
Haha! We're here to look down on you!
Oh, preemptive strike. Yay, escape. I'm having flashbacks to Gold Volcano now. The actual one from the original game. The damaged floor tiles are a thing, and they're annoying. Strike 1. You don't want this. Strike 2. Strike 3. All right. Good negotiation. Let's move on with our lives. And now the thing is missing. Okay. I'm also gonna do this. I just don't see a reason to cast spells of healing yet. See, look at that. Aren't they douchey looking centaurs?
Ha ha! We're better than you!
Way too much damage tiles. But I have a feeling we're coming up to the center of a room. I wonder if this is it. Andrea, we might have done this earlier than I thought we would have.
Really?
I think we did.
What do you mean earlier?
I think we're there. I think. Hi, Maki.
I am possessed.
Oh, God! Why are you attached to a giant penis demon? The fuck is that?
I have no idea.
This is some 90s anime bullshit. Oh, and look at the room. Oh, isn't that just a flashback from the Legend of from Ocarina of Time's Well? That would be you, Maki.
Another me? So this is Pandora.
Why am I attached to a giant penis demon? Look, is that the core of the Deva system behind it?
It was in there? Oh,
I'll take it, because it's a big demon thing.
okay.
It was inevitable, I suppose, that you'd make it here. Then
This is the gate to paradise, and I won't give it up. I'll use it to create my paradise, a place where nothing but penises exist.
No. That's no gate of paradise at all.
Depends on how you look at it, sweetheart.
Uh-oh. I think I'm scaring my daughter.
Oh, really?
I can hear her whimpering behind the door. Okay. Let's go ahead and finish the cutscene, then we can handle it.
It's a Pandora's box that will bring evil to this world.
Everything is useless. Utterly useless. You be useless. These things I do not need. Now be gone from me.
Would you like to go handle our traumatized daughter? Let us
Now let us disappear together.
It's okay. It's all right. Daddy's just doing some voice acting. It's okay. We're fine.
See, I just did that.
Oh, she is mad at me right now. She's mad. I'm sorry, honey. Mwah. I love you. I promise I didn't mean to do that mean thing. All right, so here we go, guys. Game face. Hieroglyphin. I'm going to see if miracle damages anything on this guy. And then expel damage. Basically, like every one of our stronger abilities here. Because we have curse damage, we have blast damage. I'm also going to check for ice damage. Oh, and by the way, I guess we just, since this is the final fight, we have our personas come out. Okay, so expel damage didn't work. Ice damage didn't really work. Oh, and he threw it back at me. Hi, Tyr. Finally, Hieroglyphin from Amen-Ra. This is supposed to be the broken one that... Oh, wow. 500 damage to the boss. Okay. Holy crap, guys. We're, like, not even an hour in, and we're already, I think, at the final boss fight. So, this didn't take very long. Hieroglyphin. Miracle did something, but the Expel didn't. So... Problem is, he doesn't really have anything else that he can do, except maybe... Oh, we can reflect damage. Maybe that'll help. I'm going to do Curse and see if that does anything. May the spirit of my butler protect us. Those are actually really good Persona models. I haven't seen them until now. Eternal Black, so this is his is Susanoo. Hieroglyphin. Boom, yet another 500. Okay. So we're gonna keep doing that one. That seems to do quite a bit. And we'll do this. The cool part is that he could technically do some healing if we need it to happen that way. But, unfortunately, the only thing I can think of to do with him is Love Whip. Because Makoha doesn't really do anything. I can't remember if Eternal Black did anything, but... Let's also bring back Zangief, because that might help. It's already 1,500 damage. Oh, there you go. 200. Zanbeam, what did that do? 100? That's not bad.
Let's get funky.
Let's get funky! With my Susanoo! Hieroglyphin. I'm just gonna play it safe and do just a little bit of healing. And I think Zandine worked better than Eternal Black, so we'll do that. Oh, it was just a crit. Wow, there be exposed boobies on that one, on Verdandi. Raku Kaja. Yeah. And here comes Hieroglyphin. Hieroglyphin. I don't even know how you say it, but okay. Hun, we have a problem. We aren't even an hour in, and I'm already kicking the boss's ass. So, I mean, the boss could have an absurd amount of HP, but
Well, if we end up downing this boss very quickly.
the only thing that's kind of a downside right now is the strongest ability of Yamaoka doesn't really work against him. So I'm just having him like buff up with reflect damage or reflect, and then just hitting him with love whips. But it doesn't even matter because Hieroglyphin, or however you want to say it, it's doing 500 damage each time.
Nice.
So, oh, and apparently we can't turn off personas in this one. You have to see your personas. Uh-oh, there's some more exposed boobs.
Leave it to me.
I'm telling you, man, I've seen that in an HR Gigar design, or Giger design. Oh, okay, well that missed. Eternal White. Love Whip again. Zandine. Really quick. Mark, do Eternal Black again. I can't remember if the curse damage did more or not. Boobs! She exposes her boobs! And Amon Ra is really close to exposing his schlong. That's it! Oh, okay. Well, the penis went back in. All right. Damn, man! Oh, and a butterfly was born.
A metamorphosis?
The fuck did I just witness? All right, I'm good. I'm good.
It's beautiful.
Shut up, Maki. Actually, why don't you take this voice? So give it a goddess voice.
Why won't you give up? Please, give up. Please.
Because I'm guessing this is supposed to be like Maki in goddess form.
I don't know.
Oh, and now a whole new fight. Alright. Well, let's see what you're weak against. So let's do miracle damage, expel damage, curse damage, and blast damage.
My move.
We're not using nuclear right now because we don't really need it. Miss. 300. Okay, so that's... Oh, shit. Oh! Okay. Spoke too soon. All right. Well, that was fun. You know what? No, we're going to do Bomb of Life for Brown. There we go, because I didn't know how they were going to do an order. Holy moly. Butterfly Storm. And stunned. Okay, well, that was fun. Okay, hieroglyphin, and let's do. You know what? I'm not even taking chances. Media run. I can't remember what did what, so let's just do another round.
Well, Maki's attack was the next week. Or did damage.
What was that?
I don't know.
It wasn't even an ability, and he came out and did 999.
Help me.
Is this just something that Susanoo can do that I didn't know about? Oh, for a second there, I thought the wing flap was going to kill us. Okay, oh. And Nanjo is stone, so... Oh, okay, no blast damage. It heals her. Alright, so Hieroglyphin, and... I don't have to heal, so miracle damage it is. And... Do you remember if... Okay, I'm going to do Eternal Black one more time, and we need to make sure that we pay attention to this. Oh my gosh, I only have 2? I thought I had more than that. Damn, 600. I do like the boss music, though. Why did the change of hair mean anything? Okay, it was a miss, so I'm just going to assume they've all missed, and we're not going to do Eternal Black anymore. Oh, I don't need to do that, so I think Makoha also missed, but let's do that again. Oh, you know what I'm going to do, actually? Instead, we're going to do the Reflect. Maybe that'll help with some of this absurd damage. Blast damage heals her. Let's do fist damage. Because I can easily try other things like ice damage.
My move.
Spirit of my butler, apply a mirror to all of my party members.
Help me.
Oh, and now it doesn't work.
Persona!
I think her damage profile just changed.
Do it to it. Persona!
Quite a bit.
Maybe that ability gave her a guard.
Maybe, but at least Hieroglyph is still working. So we'll keep that pressure on. But okay, so Eternal Light didn't do anything. Let's try Azure Cessation. Makoha. Deadly Fist didn't do anything. Let's try Zandine in this form and see what it does. Bufudine, I don't think did anything to her, did it?
I don't.
Let's do tech damage.
Persona!
At least we have the consistent 500 HP. Rakukacha. And there you go, her hair changed again. And I'm guessing with it, her entire damage profile. Cessation. And it healed her.
Go for it!
Lightning kick.
Do it to it!
That's not great.
Oh.
And Zandine still
Okay,
still
just
heals.
stick with the ones that you know do damage. Don't.
Oh, that I am. Hieroglyph. Okay. She was originally this, so I'm guessing the miracle damage will still work. I don't know if he has really anything that is going to do anything to her. So I'm actually going to change up his strategy. Nanjo is going to fuel everybody else's SP. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I can't think of anything else to do other than just let them physically hit her.
Persona!
600. And her hair changed again.
Ah!
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Those ethers aren't great.
Take this!
Physical damage ain't worth shit to her. I was afraid of that. I'm not gonna do cessation again. But there's not much else she can do, so I guess I'll have her doing what Nanjo's doing. Let's do that for Mark, and for the hell of it, Earthly Vortex. And Bufudine. You know what? Magrai. I'm gonna do that. Gravity damage me on Magrai. At least I have the consistent 500 damage that's coming from Drak. DR. Oh no. Okay. This tells me one of two things. One, she's low on health because she's healing.
Persona!
But two, it also tells me that things are probably going to get a lot more difficult now because she's also going to start healing herself, and technically, she gets 2 rounds. So, or 2 attacks per round. So she could easily damage the hell out of us and then heal.
What about Eternal Light? You were still doing some damage to her.
Well, her damage profile might have changed again, but we'll try it. I'm also going to do Makarakarn by Magical Mirror. And I can't remember, did Earthly Vortex do anything to her?
I don't remember which one you did.
It was like a gust of wind.
We could try again.
Let's do Deadly Fist instead. This one did because it came up with a weak side for her. It just didn't do that much.
Persona.
Okay, give us the Divine Mirror.
Persona!
I mean, 100's better than nothing. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. It reflected all of it.
Persona!
But now... Well, at least the fist attack did good. Eternal White. I can't remember. Yeah, it's just 1 turn, so we'll keep doing this, because if she keeps throwing ice attacks at me, we're going to be boned. Deadly Fist, and... I don't remember if blast damage... Well, yeah, blast damage was
You
healing.
said not to do the blast.
Let's do tap.
Persona!
Jiminy Christmas. This is a lot of health. And if she's to the point where she's going to start healing herself, she's going to start throwing out the big guns. Yes!
Go for it!
Okay. Cool.
Do it!
Cool. Okay. We have something for Brown and Mark to do. And more importantly, we have a plan of attack. Except really quick, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to really hope that this heal doesn't reflect off of me and heal her. Because I could totally see Atlas doing that. But we might as well stay at high HP if we can.
Help me!
Okay, thank goodness. Wing Flap. Not too bad. Butterfly Storm. I can't remember if this was deadly or not. It doesn't matter, it reflected. Okay. Fist. Alright, now we're doing some damage to her. Okay, and I am not going to worry about healing this time around. We'll do Eternal White, Hakura Karn, Deadly Fist, and Lightning Kick.
Here goes.
I just might delegate Brown, since he's doing the least amount of damage, to be the one that starts bringing some of our magic points back.
Help me!
Oh, yeah, baby. Ow! Okay, yeah, you wing flap all you want, little lady.
Persona.
There we go. Epic punches. Okay. Alright, we're going to take this as a healing round. Makara Karn, Deadly Fist, and we're going to have you do some Chewing Soul on Nanjo.
Persona.
I'm kind of biting my nails at this point. We have to be getting close to the end. She was healing already.
Help me!
Like, if we're going to overkill her health pool, it's going to be the hieroglyph that does it. Okay, back to blue hair.
Let's get funky.
And now Deadly Fist doesn't work. Okay, hieroglyph. I think even Eternal White worked in this one. Oh, you know what? It's not what I wanted. Okay. I really wish I had something that gave more than that. These Chewing Souls are kind of lame. Excuse me.
Here goes.
Back to purple hair.
Ah! Leave it to me.
I think that changing hair takes a turn. Because she only does one attack in those rounds.
Plus, it looks like when she has the purple hair, those physical attacks that those two do seem to do more damage than the one when she has blue hair.
Yeah, but my problem is that I'm running low on SP.
Go.
Well, then can you start?
I am. It just doesn't give that much back.
Help me!
At this point, I might as well just take all the excess damage that I'm doing and take it away in favor of keeping Drak doing hieroglyph. And change. All guard.
Do it to me.
Straight up miss. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and this is gonna seem silly, but you guys will see why in a minute. Chewing Soul. Everybody's giving a Chewing Soul to Drak just to fuel Amun Ra. See, there you go. Tarunda. I don't even know what that does. Okay, hieroglyph. now we gotta do the same thing, but we're gonna do it for Nancho.
Here goes.
I mean, at least we're getting that bare minimum 500 done each round. Symphony of Lament. Ooh, guilt. I can't remember if that does what that does. Because of guilt, I can't cast. Oh, what do I have to get this off? Oh, thank goodness. Slick drop. Get that off of you. Right now. Slick drop. Get that off of you right now. Do I have anything that can cure ailments on you? No. Slick drop. We'll do it for Mark. Mark, you do it for Brown. And Brown, I can't do anything. It won't let me do anything. Butterfly Storm. And a bunch of state assailments.
Crap. He's stoned.
Yep. But, hey, Bobby. How was everyone's weekend? It was busy. It was busy. But thankfully we got through it. How about yours? Oh, come on. Oh, hold on. This solves everything. Turtle candy. Everybody. What did you all do?
Absolutely nothing.
She worked.
No,
I watched the kids. I got whatever excess work done I could. Because in case you can't tell, I'm a little backed up on the RSS feed. So that was kind of my priority. And then today I went to go do truck training. Oh, I can't do anything. She's guilt ridden. I'm coming off a 3 a.m. work shift and a 7-hour migraine. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Training's coming good. I'm actually getting ready to set up mock tests next week. I don't know, Andrea. I don't know.
Just do something.
I'm trying. Chewing Soul, give it to Drak. Chewing Soul, give it to Drak. Thank goodness. Okay. Wing flap. When should you be done? We're projecting to be done by the 13th. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, and I'm guilted again. Okay. I've got to do it this way. So, sorry, I'm concentrating really quick, Bobby. I'll get back to you in a second. Okay, so Slick Drop for Maki. And then I want Maki to do Meteor... Oh, wait, hold on. I don't even need to. So, Hieroglyph. And Meteoron. And instead, what we're going to do is Bomb of Life for Mark. Why can't I do it? Revives one ally with full HP. It won't let me revive him. Why? Okay, reflect. Whatever damage we can reflect, we should. Yeah, I'm expected to be done. I think we're projecting by the 13th, so next week. So I've started doing mock tests then, and then I can set up for my test.
Come on, just die already.
Bring everybody back up. Are they like permanently dead? Did I just screw up? Did I just get us the bad ending or something? Recarm. I can't bring him back. Oh, that's why, because I have to put them in a different spot. Okay, so now I feel like an idiot. Do that.
Here goes.
How stupid you have to put them in a different spot just to revive them.
Yeah, I'm not lying. That is dumb, but they're back, so it doesn't matter. Oh, bye, Mark. Bye, Mark. Ow!
Holy frick.
Oh my gosh. And Maki's frozen. And
You're poisoned
and Nanjo is stone. I'm happy that your training is going well. Here's to a long-lived career and less stress in that regard. I hope so too. I really do. Oh, I might have just had a bad run.
we were doing so good too.
I've got to bring back Nanjo. Okay, so that doesn't even work on Nanjo. On that particular ailment. Cures ailments 1 ally. Thankfully, oh, thank God. Okay. Disc Stone, I don't have any more. So, at that point, Meteoron. Yes. Bring him back. Get us back up to full health. There you go. And just in time for a Butterfly Storm. Unlucky. Okay, what does that mean? Can I not do...
Just try to
Okay,
get the
I'm
poison
gonna
off.
do Media.
Do
or
Reflect.
Media. And then we're gonna do Bomb of Life for Brown because he's slightly faster.
Persona.
No, I agree with you, Bobby. I would very much like to have that particular monkey off my back so that I can start enjoying things a little bit more. Oh my gosh, just all the status elements that she's throwing at me now. Okay, there's really no reason for me to do anything in that regard. Nanjo, you know what, Nanjo? No. I want you reflecting. I want to not have to deal with anything she's throwing at me.
Persona.
I spoke too soon. Oh my gosh! I just won! Oh god, thank you!
Why won't you give in? How can you be so strong?
I trained all day yesterday. Are you being cute? I sure am.
You already know, don't you?
It's because we work together, and then we score. That, and we believe in ourselves, and the heart of the cards! People can't live in isolation. If things are hard, just look around. We'll be there for you.
You and me, we're both part of Maki.
Sotomura.
These are our friends. Let's end this together. Thank you.
Alright, so, all we had to do was give her a hug, and then we win the game. So, Maki found her true self. At last, it's over. Yeah!
Thank you, all of you. We have to part ways now. But I'll never forget you all.
Hey, what do you mean part ways?
I'm only a shadow of Maki. I can't go with you. It was fun. Really, it was.
Hey, Maki, that's not fair! Whoa! Uh-oh, we're all disappearing. Okay. So I guess it's official. Maki's dead.
I'll send all of you back to the real world.
I actually have to put on the headphones. Jeez.
1 second.
Aww. Was that what a kiss is? That was gross.
Cooties!
Cooties. High school cooties.
I hope you'll still think about me at least once in a while. Goodbye. I love you.
Aww.
Goodbye.
So she's officially dead. Oh, hi, dude. It's good to see you, I guess.
Nothing more need be said. I'm sure you have all discovered by now your true selves. The smiles you wear are no longer false masks. You may find yourselves troubled or suffering or lost in the future.
Why
but
did you
there
kill
is
her?
nothing to fear.
I didn't mean to, man.
Look to your soul for your true self. No matter what trials you may face, that will be enough for you to weather the storm.
Honestly, I think she was probably just dead.
Now go forth into your bright futures.
Because remember, she was in the hospital. Oh, he has a face underneath it. And he kind of looks like, well, any Japanese developer. Yeah, considering that she was in the hospital, maybe she was just dead. And so we've basically been living in her comatose mind. Or
She wasn't in a coma?
I think she was in a coma, but she didn't survive. I don't know. This game is effed around with story elements, so I mean, it could be that all of that was allegory, and that was just the second we got put into her world. Though the world's eyes were on Mikagecho after the incident, normalcy eventually returned to the town. I got a better question. Why did Andrea kill her?
I didn't kill her.
I think you did. I think you were mad at all the attention she was getting. Despite the heavy media attention on Sebek and Kandori, the identities of the students central to the incident remained hidden. Okay. Time passed, and the incident faded from people's minds. The young adults came away with a firm sense of their true selves as they took their first steps toward the unwritten future. Because they were all high school students. And then they went out to 14-hour workdays. So one thing you got to keep in mind, Andrea, you may have it hard in your job, but you don't work half as hard as people in Japan do. Oh, and I think that's graduation. Wait, that's Maki. I've seen this game. The future is clearly written. Why does he not have a shirt on? I know who that is, but I think that would violate school code, wouldn't it? You don't have a shirt on underneath? Oh, I guess we're not done. Hey, looks like Mr. Smelly Pants is here. Laugh it up, chump. Today's the last day you get to call me that. You're not too fond of height, are you, Matthew? Or should I say, Mr. Damp Crotch? Dumbass. What the? Who told you that, you bastard? Your mom gave me every last detail. Oh, that's a bad mom. My, how shameful for a 6th grader. That stupid cow! I'm going to give him that because, you know, given what we just learned about his mom, that's deserved. Can it okay? Can it okay? Oh, can it okay? It's better than crapping your pants at junior high. Well, technically, 6th grade's part of junior high, too. You're such a dumbass. I'm gonna get a good look at a return performance by Mr. Dampcrotch today. Those nitwits. Where do they think they are? Oh, they give me a headache. Oh, hi, Maki. Okay, I guess she's not dead.
Sorry to keep you guys waiting, huh?
What's wrong, guys?
We were just reminding Mark about his damp crotch. Drak, Maki. Good, perfect timing. Mark here wanted to tell you how excited he is to ride the free fall.
Oh, really? Then let's get going.
Uh-oh. Hidehiko, you dick!
Oh my god.
Come to Butthead.
What's wrong? Come, let's go. Chisato and the others are waiting outside.
Hidehiko, I'll get you! Man, I can't wait to see this. And then I'm gonna score. But check out Maki. Makes the stuff that happened seem like a bad dream. Pandora, eh? Sorry, what? Man, you're bringing that up now? Cruel as ever, huh? You're never gonna score. Oh, it's nothing. I only just remembered the last thing in Pandora's box. Well then, Naya, shall we go? What's that supposed to mean? Hey, wait up! Beavis, you dillweed!
Hurry up, Drak! We got a date!
Apparently so. I mean, technically, is he cheating? Because the other Maki liked him? I have to ask this question. It's like a legit question to ask. I will say, considering that this is a 2009 remake, the CG's actually looks pretty damn good. Oh, is that the same compact? Oh, there you go. Maki Sonomura, with her illness completely cured, she matured into a cheerful, positive woman. She won an award at a major art exhibit and has received lucrative commission offers. But her priorities still lie with spending time with her mother. She was recently seen enjoying dinner with her mother and a man who seemed to be her boyfriend. I wonder if that's Drak. Or Naoya. Oh, jeez. Masao Inaba. He won over his strongly opposed parents and went to New York on his own. His street art style has received critical acclaim, and news of his notoriety even reached Japan. His mother still pesters him with phone calls every week. Well, moms do that. That's kind of their thing. But does she still call him Damp Crotch? Oh, wow. Pull the rod out of your ass, man. Kei Nanjo. As part of his executive training, he took a job incognito as a salesman at a Nanjo Group subsidiary. After seeing how the rest of the world lived, he slowly became mellower. Some have spotted him sleeping on the train, wearing a tie embroidered with the phrase "number 1."
That
freaking tie, man. Good lord. So high on himself. Alright, so Hidehiko Uesugi. After rising to fame and fortune, he openly revealed the embarrassment of his school days on a TV talk show. His openness boosted his position in magazine popularity surveys, bringing him to even greater heights. Even with his lofty career, he always keeps an interest in any news about Mark. Also, he has scored many times, many ways. As for his fate...
Absolutely.
That's for you to decide. Okay, yeah, all right. Nah, screw that. He's the mysterious boyfriend. Okay, well, so I wonder, like, with the other game... So there are other characters that you can get, and I know that some of them are specific to the different ways you go. In fact, there was one that was really overpowered we didn't get. It was Dude Without a Shirt. I wonder if you would get his kind of ending, too, because apparently he has his own little plot within this. All right, Andrea, I'm going to ask you to do something that is going to make you feel a little bad. I want you to be honest about this. It's been a long road with Shin Megami Tensei Persona. What did you think of this game?
Well, it was a very different game. That's all I could probably go with.
Describe. Let me see, I can turn down the music too so that we don't get copyright strikes. But
I didn't say I hate it, but it was just kind of hard to keep following, you know.
hard to keep following. I noticed that the difficulty also was an issue for you. Internet is primed and ready for opinions no one asked for. Awesome, Bobby. We're going to give those. Okay, so in the long run, you enjoyed it. You probably enjoyed it that you... Oh, look, it's the penis demon. Give us the controversial catalyst, Andrea.
What's the
Along with the shadow sausage? No, never mind. That doesn't work. So the controversial opinion here. If you had been playing it, would you have enjoyed it? Actually, I'll bring this up too. I don't think you would have.
I don't know if I probably would have played it myself.
Okay.
Just because, you know, I mean, if there are some games that are in this type of style.
Yeah, for all the people who want to scream at me about this, I am incredibly patient when it comes to games. I'm willing to deal with a lot of crap, as long as the story's good.
After how much you told me how you were doing a lot of grinding, I'm like, geez, that seems very difficult.
You don't have to do it, but you're going to make it harder on yourself.
Oh, yes.
I'll say that. Anything else you want to add?
I don't know. I guess if it was more of a, if it was like a game that, you know, I was invested in the characters a little bit more, it probably would be more enjoyable to me. But
I'll put it this way.
I think this is more like something Alex would enjoy more than.
I would agree with that. Although I agree and I disagree. I don't think he would want to play it. He would want somebody else to play it for him. And that would be ultimately the problem there. For me, what games does Andrea typically enjoy?
I'm more of the. I mean, I don't play too many RPGs very often.
Let me put it this way. She's not a hardcore gamer. Despite the completionist aspect of her, not a hardcore gamer. I'm not wrong by saying that, right?
Yeah.
So in a lot of cases where this is made specifically for a hardcore JRPG fan, wouldn't work for her. You got to remember, her first to the depths of Mikage ruins, the seal on the door to B8 has been lifted. Challenge to the deepest reaches of the ruins. Okay.
Hardcore gamers only max out Candy Crush.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I mean, I probably have more fun playing Pokemon than I would probably do.
See, that's what I was kind of going for, is like, your first JRPG was Pokemon. And it's not like you had a gradual move up to that. You're playing Final Fantasy, and that would be the next thing that I'd recommend on the ladder. I would not immediately jump you into this. This I think would test your patience a little bit, and so at that point, if a game tests your patience, it's not necessarily fun, which is why you're playing Pokemon, kind of thing. So none of us are hardcore. Well, tell that to all the hardcore Fortnite Call of Duty nuts. Oh wait, they're teenagers. They don't know any better.
Probably if I was playing this, I'd think it would take me forever to even finish this game, you know, because like gotten into some Resident Evil, and it's like a game that I don't want to put down and I want to finish it, you know. But this would probably take me like, I'll eventually get back to it, and then it'd probably be like days or weeks or months later, and I'll be like, oh.
So, kind of back to my thoughts here. I can see why it's enjoyed. I can see why this kicked off a series. You got to remember that this was a offshoot of an existing RPG series that Atlas was developing called Shin Megami Tensei. And Shin Megami Tensei was not popular here. And so the whole idea was, let's make this new one as an offshoot, and hell, we'll send it to North America and see how well it does, kind of thing. And what's funny is that I also understand why Persona never really kicked off until 3. And the reason that it didn't was because at that point, like, Persona 1 and 2, kind of, the way I understand it, follow similar formulas where they're exactly this, except with Persona 2 the story's a bit more complicated than that. So much so that it's technically 2 games.
Yeah, because
but they're different stories, different ways of telling it.
I've seen Phantasy Star, and I'm like, it's an okay game, but I don't think I'd be interested.
The reason that okay, that's not true, because Revelations Persona plays this way too. But the reason that they did that was because you got to remember Atlas started working with Sega. And that's how Sega kind of started. And the original Megami Tensei games also play like that. But what I was saying is, like, okay, 1 and 2, they kind of work this way. 3 changed the equation by also adding in kind of this high school slice of life aspect to it. So you were like a kid in high school. You had relationships with people. You had to interact with them. And then at night, you would be dealing with all the Persona shit, kind of thing. The way that it's been explained to me. So at that point, that's when Persona became popular, because it created its own niche within the JRPG genre, much like Pokemon, kind of thing. So at that point, I understand why people like this game. I understand why this franchise has lasted as long, but I also understand that this is not the game that made the series popular. So at that point, I will say this: Fortnite players are too young to get hard, let alone core. Lol. Well, you tell them that, because they'll keep telling you, I'm totally hardcore. You're not. Hardcore is giving up your life, almost like it's a job. And you know what? There are actually professional Fortnite players, I believe, that do that. So here's what I will say. I enjoyed it. But the real question is, Andrea, do we move on in the Persona franchise? I'm okay with it. I'm okay, despite all the grinding. Grinding is not a hard thing for me, guys. All I have to do is set aside time. Because I can go and get it done, and Andrea even knows that, and she helps me out with some of it. So that's not necessarily my worry on the matter. So I could do that if the story was being enjoyed by both of us. But the real question is it being enjoyed by both of us?
I mean, it's okay. I'm willing to, give it a chance a little bit more, but
okay.
Like I said, this wouldn't be a type of game that I would probably play on my own time, really.
Okay, so you would want me to play it instead.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. Thanks for letting me go through the pain. I'm kidding. I'm just teasing
saying,
you.
There are just some games that are...
So here's the other question. Like we said at the beginning of the stream, there is an entirely different storyline that was originally cut from the first version of this game, the PlayStation game. Quality time paying together. Thanks. That was also Kingdom Hearts grinding. Because we grinded together on that one. But there's an entirely different storyline in this game that was scrapped in the PlayStation version and re-added in the PlayStation Portable Remake, which we are playing. It is called the Snow Queen story. It apparently is more enjoyed than the original Sebek storyline that we went through in this game, in this playthrough. So the question is, do you want to do the Snow Queen storyline, or do you just want to move on?
How long is the Snow Queen?
It's the exact same length as Sebek.
Really?
It is literally its own playthrough. They don't branch into each other. You just have to make the appropriate decisions. The difference is the people or the party members you bring in. So, like, for example, you remember Yukino? The one with blue hair? You remember how she was at the beginning of the game, but you never really saw her again after that? She is a party member in that, instead of Maki, I think. So you still have Mark, but then you might not have Brown in that playthrough. You might get somebody else. I think it's one of the other girls that you get. And I think the secret character is not, or the secret character that was added in this one that had additional story in Sebek is not allowed in Snow Queen. So basically you're playing with different party members and uncovering a different plot.
The question is this, do you get to keep your same levels or do you have to start from scratch?
Nope!
Oh my god.
Start from scratch. Silly Andrea, this is before New Game Plus was invented.
Dang
Except it wasn't. Thank you, Chrono Trigger. That's why Bobby's telling you quality time paying together.
That's hard to decide, really.
And I'm gonna make you. I'm not making people wait.
I mean, how many people
I'm
really want
and let me clarify this for the record. From what I have heard of the Snow Queen storyline, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do it as long as Andrea is going to enjoy herself.
Well, I guess it's fine. I just hope it doesn't take extremely long to get through compared to...
It might. It might. Because there is going to be the same amount of grinding. And I don't know if we're going to get access to Ultimate Personas in it. I'll have to double check on that one. Because the Ultimate Personas, the way you get them, I think was entirely tied to the Maki storyline. And the Maki storyline is only in the Sebek part of it. I get here just as you finish. Hey, Rising Sun. Yeah, well, you're here for the pivotal decision. So, there you go. Really quick, before we make any calls, let me see if I can get you... let me see if I can get you, like, legit differences between the two storylines. Aside from this, I know that the Sebek storyline is technically the canon one. Let me see. Difference between Sebek and Snow Queen. I'm also genuinely curious on Rising Sun and Bobby's point of view. Do you want to see the Snow Queen storyline? I think Bobby has said he's a Persona player, so he might have already seen it, and he might want to see our reaction to it. I don't know. Is your pivotal decision whether you're having Taco Bell or Arby's? It could be. It could be. I'm not gonna...
I feel like I haven't seen enough of this to have an opinion.
Too bad. You gotta have one. Oh, okay. Technically, Snow Queen is shorter than Sebek. but it is harder depending on what you're trying to do. If this is your first playthrough, then the general recommendation is you do Sebek, which we just barely did. If you're up for that, then do the Snow Queen, but you have to do it on a whole new playthrough.
I know it well enough already. I prefer to move along to the game you both move more interested.
Oh, I'd prefer you to move along to a game you both are more invested in.
I mean, it's not like I probably would like to see the Snow Queen, but maybe I just need to take a break from this and come back to it, like, during holiday season or, just...
Hold on, let's see.
Kind of get a little re-energized, because,
Okay, so Ultimate Personas are obtained in the Snow Queen playthrough. It's just different. So in the Sebek playthrough, you're able to get yourself, Marks, Nanjos, Browns if you get him, or instead of Brown, you can get Reiji, who is the much more overpowered guy. You can get Reiji's Ultimate Persona. But when you go to Snow Queen, you can get the main characters, Yukino's, Ayase's, Brown's, so Brown is shared between the two, and Ellie's Ultimate Personas. But I'll guess that some of them are blocked off depending on your actions. So... there you go. So Ultimate Personas are available in that one, and, the same kind of personas show up either way. Clearly, this is a time to suggest Radiata stories again. You could suggest it, and I will put it in the list, but, I will get to it when we can get to it. Oh, wait, I forgot to have dinner tonight. Well, that explains things. You forget to have dinner all the time, Rising Sun. I'm starting to think you and I are on the same wavelength in that regard, which would be fine. So, okay, I'm sorry. I was too busy trying to find the differences. So your call?
I probably would just, like to get on to another game, and we can come back to the Snow Queen when, we're
okay.
kind of...
Because the other thing that could also happen is you also made this clear off playthrough, off stream, that I'm off work, my schedule of things is non-existent. Exactly. That this is more of a game up Alex's alley. So we could do that, or we could just come back to this later.
But yeah, like I said, during like a holiday.
I'll tell you one thing. We're not starting Snow Queen right away. If anything, I would move things. I would move Snow Queen. So we're going to be doing something cool in December where we're basically making it sequels month, where we're going to dig out games that we have either recently, most of them recently finished, and we're going to play the sequels of them. So, for example, Gears of War 3 is in there, as well as Metal Gear Solid is in there. So we could easily put the Snow Queen storyline in there.
And it would seem a little bit more appropriate because it's
so
winter.
we wouldn't be starting this right away.
That's probably
especially since I have to do in order to start up the Snow Queen storyline. You basically have to get a certain degree in and make some decisions, and then that gears you into the Snow Queen kind of thing. And I just make sure that any dialogue that's relevant to the Snow Queen you don't see until we get there. So okay, that's what we could probably do. Bobby says that sounds fun, so there you go. We have an answer in that regard. And how many people are tired of this music video? This is why I turned on the load game, so that people wouldn't get annoyed. But yeah, so that's probably gonna be what we do. Is we'll tackle Snow Queen around that time and see if it's worth it, if the story's even gonna remotely bring us in. But I'm also gonna say this: people have been suggesting that myself and Alex tackle Persona as well, and specifically Persona 1. So we'll probably also do that for Drak and Shadow, like for Drak and Shadow Live. So at that point, and if we do that, I already intend on basically making Alex choose right at the beginning which one he wants to see. We didn't get that choice when we started because I thought the two stories were connected. In fact, they are not. So Andrea's knee is so close to the camera, it looks huge. It's actually not, but okay. Andrea, stop showing leg to the chat.
What, you mean you could actually play the Snow Queen on our playthrough if you wanted to?
I thought they were both connected. It turns out they're not. So I literally thought it was going to be like a side story that we could go and do. And it turned out it wasn't. Andrea wants to kick the camera. Do you? I feel like a big RPG like this could be a lot unless you're really into the genre. Which, I'm into the genre. So that's not necessarily the problem. Andrea, she just has to sit there and be a tourist. And she's totally fine with it. The camera makes Drak's arm look really long. Yes. Also, I can do this. Uh-oh. Yeah.
I saw that.
I know you did. Yeah, I was never going to get away with that on camera. So, and YouTube. It was a joke. So yeah, we'll probably do that. Because I like the idea of at least seeing Snow Queen before we move on. Because the next one, like, we tend to follow these chronologically or number-wise. And Persona 2 is 2 games, and both are unique stories. So I don't know if I want to tackle those right off the bat. Andrea doesn't want to kick the camera anymore. She just wants to kick Drak. She always does. It's okay. Mm-hmm. Clearly, you all need a Sims 4 100 baby challenge starring Shadow Sausage and the Maple Lynx. No. No. I'm not going to give you a hell no, but no. I've played Sims. I don't enjoy it.
But it was a victory to finish.
It's actually funny, like BB's Anime World, I think is what her YouTube channel is called. She's big into The Sims, and I even said to her, like, I couldn't get into it. So, I agree. No. Thank you, Rising Sun. Thank you. Consensus. No, there will be no Sims 100. Here's how Sims would happen. I would get so bored with it that I would take all 100 babies and put them all in the bathroom with everybody else while they die. That's what I do in Sims. I don't enjoy that. If you enjoy it, great. It doesn't work for me. So there you go. And I hate to do that. Andrea hates me when I do this. If you were to give this a score out of 5, what would you rate Shin Megami Tensei Persona?
I'd probably give it a 3.
3? Okay. Is that partially because of the amount of time and effort that has to go into the character, into the grinding and all that?
Probably.
Because I have a feeling if you were playing it, it would be like -2.
I mean, I
have the patience for it, guys. She's gotten pissed leveling characters in WoW.
No, I didn't.
No, you there were points when you did.
Well, I'm pretty sure there probably could have been.
3 is higher than average. In our perspective, it's just kind of middle of the road. So,
well,
a little higher than that.
I still enjoyed the story, at least to some extent, but it just kind of felt like a long game to get through and finish.
Yep. I'm just curious.
And like I said, like this game, I pretty much would be like, if I was the one playing it, it probably would take me way over a long time to even eventually get through it, I mean, I eventually finally got through, like, finishing, like, Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 2. Like, I didn't, like, sit down hours and hours.
And 2, in my opinion, would have been a much, much more harsh grind compared to this.
That's
honestly.
True. That's true.
Because of the way it was built. Okay, I'm just curious. I have to look this up because I'm obsessive compulsive like that.
Whereas, playing some other games that I really enjoyed, like, I wouldn't be able to sit down.
Okay, you're going to love
I would
this.
Sit down and just play
So I just decided for the hell of it to look up, like, how... So, if you guys don't know this website, it's called howlongtobeat.com. It gives you basically... It's a community website that people catalog, like, how much time they put into a game. If you're just doing the main story of Shin Megami Tensei, it takes 32 hours. Main plus extra, which I'm guessing is if you did the Sepic playthrough and then you did Snow Queen, it's 50. And if you were absolute completionist with all of it, as in getting all the endings with all of the characters, because as you saw, we can get Brown instead of Reiji and stuff like that, it is 86 and a half hours. Beat this game.
Wow.
And just to give you perspective, Andrea, Persona 5 Royal, which is the most recent edition of Persona 5 that came out, main story alone, 103 hours. Main plus extra stuff, 125 hours. And if you want to completionist it, 143. That's the difference that's happened in the Persona series, is they've added a bunch of other stuff to do, which is padded out the game.
I mean, I guess if you were to insert characters that you are very familiar with or something, or if it was a game that franchise that I enjoy playing, and you insert in this type of gameplay, maybe I might have had more interest in it, but...
So at that point, originally, the way that we set this up, Andrea, is we were going to do like a Final Fantasy game and then another RPG that was suggested, like an RPG series that people have suggested. So at that point, how do you want to do this? Do we want to move back to Final Fantasy now that we've beaten this? Or do we not want to do that until we go through Snow Queen? How do you want to do it?
Well, if we don't go into Final Fantasy, what do you want to go into?
Well, at this point, I would say, like, okay, what's the next big RPG that we do? I don't know.
Maybe just go into another Final Fantasy game, kind of take a little break from this, and then go back to doing Snow Queen.
Okay.
Because that way...
Because here's the thing. For the sequels month, we technically have both Final Fantasy 13, because we're going backwards, guys. Final Fantasy 13, and now we would have the Snow Queen storyline both on there. I feel a game would need to be more than a 3 for me to want to put a lot of time into it. Fair enough. No, I get it. I get it. Just curious, Andrea, out of 10, just to give a little bit more of a scope of where you're standing, out of 10, where would you put it? Just kind of help them out a little bit.
Let's go. It's hard enough to find out between 1 through 5.
Okay. Well, the problem is that when you narrow the scope, 3's not necessarily average. It's above. It's actually technically, as Bobby's pointing out, it's above average.
Then.
So, that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm widening the scope to give that concept to people.
Then what's considered average?
Middle of the road would be 5. So above average in that case would be like a
6 or up.
So 6 would be like a D, 7 would be like a C, 8 would be like a B, 9 would be like an A, and then A plus would be 10. You know.
Kind of bordering between 4.
Because 5 would be like middle of the road. Didn't hate it. Didn't really like it either. Kind of thing. My score personally is more like a 7. It's a C. The grinding stuff kind of takes away from the story that's being told. I have no problem saying that, but it's a C game as far as I'm concerned. Above average is Drak. Oh, thanks. Above average is Drak, so rate accordingly.
I would probably go 4 or 5 at the most.
So right in the middle. Right in the middle.
And it just kind of... And I guess the whole maze thing kind of was annoying as crap, you know?
That's kind of what I'm saying, Rising Sun. That's how a lot of people do it. When I rate on a scale of 10, 5 is average, 7 is good, 3 is bad, kind of thing. Because like if it's right middle of the road, you didn't like it, you didn't hate it, but if it goes lower than that, then you obviously had problems with it, kind of thing. Same thing the other way around. You liked it. So at that point, so you're right in the middle.
Pretty much.
With it. I'd give it a C. I think it did some things right. I did think it did some things wrong. But I still think, given the story that was being told, it was enjoyable. I just kind of wish that I didn't have to grind so endlessly to get it. Now, part of that is my own personal OCD. I get that. But, I mean, I like to be the wrecking ball in an RPG. That's just my thing. But it did actually feel like I couldn't give myself that leeway in a lot of cases. And then we would have cases where I didn't need to give myself that leeway because it was way too easy.
Yeah, because I know. I mean, I don't mind doing some grinding here and there compared to Alex, who would prefer not to do any grinding. He'll just do what he can.
This is why he likes Pokemon. You don't have to grind.
At least not.
No, you don't really have to grind in Pokemon. I'm not being a dick. Pokemon is literally built so you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
You can if you want. You can, and they give you the incentive for grinding. You get evolutions. You get other things that come, new abilities, things like that. They give you a reason to grind, but technically in Pokemon you don't have to grind, and they've always wanted it that way. So, okay, so there you go. So 5 out of 10 for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right, middle of the road. I'd give it a 7. I think it's a C, maybe a C plus. I do understand why this game was not considered one of the best. Okay, challenge for Drak. Beat Pokemon without doing any optional fights. No.
I don't think that's very possible, because I mean, especially in gyms, you can't sometimes avoid certain trainers.
Well, define optional fights.
That's true.
I'm not being cheeky. Everything's essential. Are you talking about like trainers on the road? That's the only decent way you can get experience in those games. If we're talking like the older games, that's the only way you can get decent experience. Yeah, if you can't avoid it, then it's not optional. Well, then at that point, I'd be screwed. Because I would get annoyed. Because even Brock has his issues. If you decide to go with
No, I
with
want to
particular,
try this challenge.
have fun with it.
Otherwise, that feels like it's a Nuzlocke challenge almost. Except
Honestly, to me, Nuzlocke sounds better. Because at least at that point, it's like, oh, if you F up, you really F up. Kind of thing. So, that'd be kind of my deal. Like, to me, it's an interesting challenge, but not worthwhile or doable unless you play on the later Pokemon entries. Where it's not... where you can actually avoid trainers. Where you can actually share XP. But that's kind of the problem. Trainers have always been like a really great way to get XP. So at that point, you don't really want to avoid them. And I would almost dare say you can't avoid them. Because once you get up to a certain point, the gym leaders are gonna give you shit. They are, because they're gonna have better abilities that you haven't acquired.
I tried a Nuzlocke, but I'd rather have a way to make the challenge something.
I could try multiple times. How? That just makes me want to ask this question. How can you not try a Nuzlocke multiple times? You fail, you do it again. I'm honest. I'm not being an asshole. I'm actually saying, like, how can you not do that multiple times? Like with a Nuzlocke, if you mess up, you have to restart the game, which to me is exactly what's intended. Like, I look at Nuzlocke the same way as, like, if people play Diablo, how Hardcore Hero works. If you don't know what that is, it's a character that has one life. So you have to play it super safe so that your character doesn't die, because if your character dies, it's permanent. And then you have to start all over again. And that's the allure of why you want to do that. So that's what Nuzlocke is. It's the hardcore challenge for Pokemon fans. I'd rather have a single boss fight where I need to try 10 times to figure out how to beat. Okay. I mean, a Nuzlocke, you can do that. Because if you have, like, with a Nuzlocke, you can do that, but you have to go outside of the game. You have to actually, like, go research your opponent and say, okay, well, crap, what's her name? The one that has the mill tank.
Whitney?
Whitney has a mill tank. This mill tank has these abilities. I have to be prepared for these abilities. So you just step outside the game and you figure it out. Fire Emblem permadeath is fun as well. I didn't even know Fire Emblem had permadeath. I'm not surprised by it. That's another one that gets brought up a lot too, is because of the strategy aspect of it. And Alex has actually legitimately said, I'm not playing a strategy RPG. So, there you go. Okay. Well, this has been a productive stream. We've been able to get this done. Yeah, permadeath was one of the big mechanics of Fire Emblem. But you can't turn it off? Because that would be irritating to me. Because that would just make me want to have like 30 bajillion saves. For a long time, you either lost the unit for good or had to restart the chapter. Okay, how long are the chapters? Because if it's just one battle, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But if we're talking like a couple of battles in between, that might not be worth it, ultimately. But well, I guess we'll get there. Yeah, so I think newer games have classic versus casual mode. Okay, at least you have that. So, Andrea, it's 9 o'clock. We got to put our kids to bed. And frankly, we beat the game. Well, each chapter is a single battle. That's fine. Casual doesn't have permadeath. That's great. Then I don't have anything to worry about. And like I said, we beat the game. We've given our final assessment. And I think we will get to the Snow Queen playthrough. We just won't worry about it too much. We'll probably, because, I mean, we only have a couple of weeks until October starts, and we already have a plan for that. We'll probably just focus on Nier Gestalt and see if we can bust through that. And, yeah, I think we got a plan. So, thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been an interesting road being able to play Shin Megami Tensei Persona. Here's hoping the Snow Queen storyline is awesome. Because I will say that the Sebek storyline did have some good moments. So I'm hoping that the Snow Queen story is equally as good. Night Drak and Andrea and Couchcoon! Good night, all. Glad I caught some of it. All good, man. Go get some rest, dude. You got a 7-hour long migraine. Go get some rest. I'm going to go get some rest. I was up since 6, so I'm totally with you. And we will see you guys for the next one. Make sure to join us. First of all, if you're brand spanking new, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button on Twitch and YouTube. It really does help us, guys. It helps us be able to get put into the searchability of the algorithms. It helps us so that Mama Susan can't just say, oh, well, we won't ever let you be featured. It lets us be featured. And so that pisses off Mama Susan. And if you're like me and you like throwing middle fingers around to authority figures, then this is your niche. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help us, guys. And it also gives us incentive to want to do more playthroughs like this. Otherwise, we just kind of sit there and play the games we want, you know? So make sure to do that, and we will be back tomorrow for the Road to Ragnarok for God of Norse, because we're almost done with that game, too. We're getting ready to wrap up the Road to Ragnarok and start up the next road, which, actually, I forgot, is set up. We know what we're doing, because it's the road to FF7 Rebirth. So we'll be doing that. So we got to finish up God of War so that we can do that. Until then, have a good night, everybody. Stay safe. All that crap, all that jazz, and we will see you tomorrow.